أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We resume the study of Surah Jinn. Let us consider the question of reality of Jinn. Before one starts the study of this surah, one must clearly know what is the reality of Jinn so as to avoid any possible mental confusion. Many people of the modern times are involved in the misunderstanding that the jinn are not real, but only a figment of the ancient superstition and myth. They have not formed this opinion on the basis that they have known all the realities and truth about the universe and have thus discovered that the jinn do not exist. They cannot claim to possess any such knowledge either, but they have assumed without reason and proof that nothing exists in the universe except what they can see, whereas the sphere of human perceptions as against the vastness of this great universe is not even comparable to a drop of water as against the ocean. Here, the person who thinks that what he does not perceive does not exist, and what exists must necessarily be perceived, in fact, provides a proof of the narrowness of his own mind. With this mode of thought, not to speak of the jinn, man cannot even accept and acknowledge any reality which he cannot directly experience and observe, and he cannot even admit the existence of God, to say nothing of admitting any other unseen reality. Those of the Muslims who have been influenced by modernism but cannot deny the Quran either, have given strange interpretations of the clear statements of the Quran about the jinn, Iblis, and Satan. They say that this does not refer to any hidden creation which may have its own independent existence, but it sometimes implies man's own animal forces, which have been called Satan, and sometimes it implies savage and wild mountain tribes, and sometimes the people who used to listen to the Quran secretly. But the statements of the Quran in this regard are so clear and explicit that these interpretations bear no relevance to them whatever. The Quran frequently mentions the jinn and the man in a manner as it to indicate that they are two separate creations. For this, we have to see Al-Araf 38, Hind 119, Hamim, As-Sajda 25 to 29 verses, Ahqaf 18, Al-Zariyat 56 verse, and the entire Surah Ar-Rahman, which bears such clear evidence as to leave no room to regard the jinn as a human species. In Surah Al-Araf 12, Al-Hijr 26 to 27, Ar-Rahman 14 to 19, it has been expressly stated that man was created out of clay and jinn out of fire. In Surah Al-Hijr 27, it has been said that the jinn had been created before man. The same thing is testified by the story of Adam and Iblis, which has been told at seven different places in the Quran. At every place, it confirms that Iblis was already there at the creation of man. Moreover, in Surah Al-Kahf 50 verse, it has been stated that Iblis belonged to the jinn. In Surah Al-Araf, in verse 27, it has in clear words been stated that the jinn see the human beings, but the human beings do not see them. In Surah Al-Hijr, verse 16 to 18, Surah As-Saffat 6 to 10, and Surah Al-Mulk 5 verses, it has been said that although the jinn can ascend to the heavens, they cannot exceed a certain limit. If they try to ascend beyond that limit and try to hear what goes on in the heavens, they are not allowed to do so, and if they try to eavesdrop, they are driven away by meteorites. By this, the belief of the polytheist Arab that the jinn possess the knowledge of the unseen or have access to divine secrets has been refuted. The same error has also been refuted in Sabah 14 verse, Al-Baqarah 30 to 34 verses, and Al-Kahf 50 verse show that Allah has entrusted man with the vicegerency of the earth, and the man are superior to the jinn. Although the jinn also have been given certain extraordinary powers and abilities, an example of which is found in An-Naml 39 verse, yet the animals likewise have been given some powers greater than man. But these are no argument that the animals are superior to man. The Quran also explains that the jinn, like men, are a creation possessed of power and authority, and they, just like them, can choose between obedience and disobedience, faith and disbelief. This is confirmed by the story of Satan and the event of the jinn affirming the faith as found in Surah Al-Ahqaf and Aljinn. At scores of places in the Quran, it has also been stated that Iblis, at the very creation of Adam, had resolved to misguide mankind, and since then, the satanic jinn have been persistently trying to mislead man, but they do not have the power to overwhelm him and make him do something forcibly. However, they inspire him with evil suggestions, beguile him, and make evil seem good to him. For this, see An-Nisa 117 verse to 120, Al-Araf verse 11 to 17, Ibrahim 22, Al-Hijr 30 to 42, An-Nahl 90 to 100, Bani Israel 61 to 65 verses refer. The Quran also tells us that in the pre-Islamic ignorance, the polytheistic Arab regarded the jinn as associates of God, worshipped them, and thought they were descended from God. For this, we have to study Surah Al Inam 100 verse, Sabah 40 to 41 verses, As Safat 158 verses. From these details, it becomes abundantly clear that the jinns have their own objective existence and are a concealed creation of an entirely different species from man. Because of their mysterious qualities, ignorant people have formed exaggerated notions and concepts about them and their powers, and have even worshipped them. But the Quran has explained the whole truth about them, which shows what they are and what they are not. Here we have to take yet another break. In the next episode, we will discuss its topics and subject matter.